Hello friends, today we are going to see some multiple choice questions on chapter 3 of UDCPR which is updated till 30th of Jan 2025. So question 1, what is the maximum allowable slope for a developable site under UDCPR? Option A is 1 is to 2, option B 1 is to 3, option C 1 is to 5 and option D 1 is to 6. So correct answer is option C, that is 1 is to 5. The site should not have the slope steeper than 1 is to 5 for its to be considered developable. Then question 2, what is the minimum open space required on a plot above 4000 square meter as per UDCPR? So option A is 5%, option B 8%, option C 10% and option D 15%. So correct answer is option C 10%. For a plots above 4000 square meter, at least 10% of the total area must be reserved as a recreational open space, that is given in chapter 3. Then question 3, recreational ground or recreational open space. The structures can be covered how much of recreational open space or recreational ground area? So option A is 5% of the plot, option B 10% of the recreational ground area and 15% FSI on it, option C 20% of recreational ground area and option D no structures are allowed. So correct answer is option B, that is 10% of recreational open space area is to be considered for the construction of amenities and on which 15% of FSI is allowed. In question 4, in which condition is the recreational floor mandatory in building? So option A, all residential building, option B, all commercial buildings, option C, buildings exceeding 30-meter height and option D, buildings in flood prone areas. So correct answer is option C, that is building exceeding 30-meter height. Then question 5, what is the minimum road width in layout if length is 250 meter? So option A is 9 meters, option B 12 meters, option C 18 meters and option D 15 meters. So correct answer is option D 15 meters. So if we consider, there is a table given in chapter 3 that for a road width for a length above 150 but below 300 meters, it's 15 meters of a width for that road should be mandatory in layouts. Then question 6, what percentage of the inclusive house is required on the residential plots over 4000 square meter in municipal corporations with population greater than 1 million? So option A 10%, option B 15%, option C 20% and option D not applicable. So correct answer is option C, that 20% of the base permissible FSI must be reserved for EWS or LIG housing. Question 7, premium FSI and TDR are calculated on option A net plot area only, option B gross plot area only, option C either net or gross, option D sellable area. So correct answer is option B, that is gross plot area. So basic FSI is calculated on net but premium and TDR are always calculated on a gross plot area before the deductions. Question 8, what is the minimum buffer zone beyond the tentative blue flood line for construction or reconstruction restrictions? Option A 25 meters, option B 30 meters, option C 50 meters and option D 100 meters. So correct answer is option C, that is 50 meters. Construction in generally prohibited within the 50 meters from the tentative blue flood line. Question 9, what is the minimum required access width for a building on a plot abutting a public road? So option A 6 meters, option B depends on a road classification, option C 9 meters and option D 12 meters. So correct answer is option B, that is depends on a road classification. There is a chart given of a road classification on which the required width varies based on the road classification. Question 10, in unauthorized layouts after 11th January 1967, what is one way to regularize development as per UDCPR? Option A, pay penalty only. Option B, provide 10% of area as open space. Option C, submit new DP. And option D, redevelop with MADA. So correct answer is option B, that providing 10% of the plot area minimum 200 square meter as an open space is one of the regularization method. Question 11. What is the minimum distance required from the top edge of the nala for new construction? Option A 3 meters, option B 6 meters, option C 7.5 meters and option D 9 meters. So for nala, correct answer is option B, that is 6 meters. 6-meter buffer from the nala edge is mandatory for the new construction. Question 12. What is the minimum buffer zone beyond the tentative blue flood line as per UDCPR? Option A 25 meters, option B 50 meters, option C 75 meters and option D 100 meters. Correct answer is option B, that is 50 meters. Blue flood line past no construction is permitted within the 50 meters. Question 13. In which case is the construction permitted between blue flood line and red flood line? Option A. No construction is allowed. Option B. Only open parking is allowed. Option C. If plinth is 0.45 meters above red line. And D. Only Mahada buildings. So correct answer is option C, that if plinth is 0.45 meters above the red line, then the construction is permitted. Then, what is the minimum distance required from the top edge of the river for the new constructions? Option A 6 meters, option B 9 meters, option C 15 meters and option D 30 meters. So correct answer is option C, that is 15 meters. So for Nala it is 6 meters, but for the river it is 15 meters, which is given in the chapter 3 of UDCPR. Question 15. For redevelopment of a buildings between blue flood line and red flood line, what is the condition? Only ground floors are allowed. B. Not allowed. C. Plinth raised at least 0.545 meters above the red line. And D. Allowed only for government buildings. So correct answer is option C, as we have seen earlier, that plinth raised at least 0.45 meters above the red line, then the constructions are allowed. So this is it from my side. Have a good day.